Well, hello there, gas team. It's Dan Brzezinski with another broadcast from my back porch. It's a nice sunny Sunday afternoon here, the 5th of April, as we start week 4 of our crisis response. But before I get going, I wanted to unfortunately start on a sorrow note as far as we've lost a couple members of our DTE family. Sherry Green out of the Electric Field Operations Dispatch Group, 42-year employee, loved by many, as well as our own Eddie Miller out of the warehouse area of Allen Road. And really, Eddie, quick with a smile, loved by everyone out there in the Allen Road family, known as the grill master extraordinaire. His memory will be kept really close to our heart as we go forward, and our prayers are going to be with his family and Sherry's family as well. So as I begin, I just want to say thank you and salutations to all the men and women in the field, as well as at home, serving our customers safely. As you saw in Renee's video last week with Rhonda and Mark, we started the year on a bang with no work injuries so far this year, no recordables. That's quite the accomplishment. So kudos to everybody. It's a great start, especially given the conditions and certainly the changes that we've had to adapt to. Also, I wanted to show you this picture that we got this past week of our level 2 PPE in action. We had these are call outs to homes that are COVID positive. So they have an extra layer of protection with the suits and the booties. And really, we've had 3 of these, one at Allen Road, one at Lynch, and actually one at Petoskey. So good work there and great dedication by our folks as well. Also wanted to send a salutation out to our first responders and the healthcare workers on the front lines. And our staying at home really is to help them being able to manage through this crisis. And really they are the true heroes out there on the, dealing with this crisis firsthand. It's very similar to the stress that our families of our DTE folks feel at home. I also wanted to acknowledge that our thoughts are with the DTE family members who have family and friends, husbands, spouses, wives, daughters, sons, that are healthcare professionals doing truly heroic acts. This stress shows up on your doorstep as well, and we really want to say thanks to you as well. So it's week 4. It's going to be a very busy week for us. It's our first rotation of our home reserves and field operations. So 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. We'll have a crew going out this week, as well as a rotation within our sequestration workforce, gas dispatch, gas control, and TSO. They are ones, kudos to them as well, the sacrifice for them being away from their families for 2 weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as far as the good work you're doing. Very important work. Also going on this week is our rate case is in full swing, and the regulatory team, great job there, and all the witnesses and support. We've got rebuttal due at the middle of the month. We got the economic crisis response effort in full swing, and we also have the K-line work that's going to begin this week. So a lot going on for sure. I wanted to show you this also too, and this is the impact is, 4 weeks into this response, it's really making a difference. And this is something that a friend from Chicago sent me from the New York Times article this week where it shows the impact of social distancing. And it's really measuring cell phone movement across states, the ones that have shelter in place and ones that don't. And you can see the ones that don't. This was as of March 23rd, so this is the first week of Michigan's response. But you can really see the red is normal activity, and you can see the gray is where there is no movement or little movement. So really the work that we are doing is making a difference and will help us get through this quicker. Now we're going to have a rough couple weeks coming up because we're not expected to hit the peak yet until sometime in April, hopefully sooner rather than later. Also, I was reading an article in Crain's this week where it was talking about Michigan CEOs, DTE included, working with the governor about the recovery plan after we get through this wave of infections. So really, as you think about it, Jerry Norcia loves to talk about going to where the puck is going to be as opposed to where it is and where it has been. So the work we're doing today, the groundwork was really laid 3-4 weeks ago, and we're executing on it successfully. So now we got a plan for the return to work, hopefully sooner rather than later, but to have those plans in place as well. So we're still early on this and more to come on that. Also coming very soon is really some internal resources that are going to be stood up on a SharePoint site on our web. And it's really from our HR team and our Energize Your Life team. And I saw the beta site. It looked pretty cool, actually. So this is the content of the site. This was the actual beta of the beta. So it's going to have three primary areas for resources. One being the individual and your well-being. You can see it there. Physical, emotional, social, financial sort of resources to tap into. As far as the working remotely, this is all new ground for us, staying connected and adapting to this new working condition called work at home. And then resources for leaders as far as engagement, effectiveness, and ensuring we're getting the proper recognition for our employees. So there's going to be links, there's going to be videos, there's going to be a lot of resources for us as well. And then the final area I wanted to talk about is what we're doing as a company and our foundation around our Force for Growth and Force for Good. This is really living our mission and our purpose in this time of crisis. And the list is longer, but what I thought about talk about today is some of the things that we've been doing, as you can see here. So we've got the masks, 50,000 and counting, to local hospitals across the state and first responders as well. We've got $3 million in donations as far as 1,000 nonprofits across the state. We're supporting 100,000 families in need with almost 1 million meals, as well as other basic needs. We have small business support as well, getting them access to the stimulus money and really making sure that they are good partners with us as far as on the back end of this. And then the faith-based community, as far as the churches, those are really frontline resources as well and supporting them. Also on the blood drive front, it's really the Sleeves Up program, which is ensuring that the blood supplies in the state are sufficient through this crisis. And then finally, you probably have heard something about this, which is the matching donation front. This is the foundation through April 16th. We'll be matching dollar for dollar the donations that employees make to organizations, the Michigan Community Action, as well as the Michigan United Ways across the state. And these are really going to support state agencies and state foundations across the state. So it's up to a $5,000 limit. So really, as I close, I want to give a real special shout out to Jill and the corporate communications team. They've been doing awesome work with these videos and other things to keep us together to get through this response around the crisis. And really 4 weeks has seemed like 4 months, but we're in it together and our lives have been put on hold, and I understand that. And some of us had spring break vacations in warmer confines, me included. I was actually scheduled to be off today, but I am here, giving you this video. And you know what? Unfortunately, the vacation will have to wait because really we have more important work to do here. So really, as spring is here, it's kind of a different kind of spring, and the weather is warm and nice today. But the temperatures over the next week to 2 weeks are going to get down into the 30s. So our no heat, as well as leaks, there's a lot of important work still yet to be done. Winter isn't over yet. So really what I want to leave you with is stay safe, stay focused, stay positive, and that old adage that's coming back of what your mother used to tell you before you sat down to eat, did you wash your hands? So until next time, thanks for listening and take care.